Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We are going to talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Call me delusional. Expert boldly predicts XRP will surpass ETH and possibly even Bitcoin. This comes from Crypto BitLord, and he's an OG in this space. He was gone for a short time, and now he's back at it once again. So he says, I expect it to suck so much liquidity out of the market, whole sectors will be rugged to feed the Ripple monster higher. FOMO like you've never seen. Pure panic. And how right is he? Actually, I think he's 100% spot on. XRP was the #1 in market cap in 2018, and it's ready to flip both again, Bitcoin and Ethereum in market cap. I think XRP will definitely flip both ETH and Bitcoin because we got clarity for XRP. Imagine alt season begins, and then all of a sudden the Ripple versus SEC case comes to an end, sending it higher. Then all of a sudden Ripple says our new stablecoin is now live. All of a sudden XRP goes higher. At the same time, you got tokenization happening on the XRP ledger. Do you see how big this can actually become? This can get very massive. Ripple's key clients and strategic partnerships all around the globe. What I think is great about this is this shows what I was talking about back in 2022, one of the worst years in crypto. 2023, a year of building inside of crypto. And I was pointing out non-stop growth for Ripple and Hedera as well. And none of that growth came with any price movement. We will still see the price reflect that growth. So in August of 2022, Ripple announced its partnership with TravelX Bank to provide crypto-enabled payment solutions to Brazil, one of the BRICS countries. In March 2022, Ripple partnered with Tranglo to enable liquidity services across 25 payment corridors. And Tranglo is still putting rails in place all around the world, even still today. April 2023, the CBGCG, Central Bank of Montenegro, announced plans to develop a pilot program for a central bank digital currency with Ripple. The Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan is among the customers using Ripple solutions to experiment with CBDC development. Ripple, in partnership with Fubon Bank, has been selected by the HKMA Hong Kong Monetary Authority to showcase a real estate tokenization pilot. Like I said, and that just happened in April of last year. July 2023, the same month, we got regulatory clarity for XRP. Ripple's stablecoin project with the Republic of Palau entered a phase 1 pilot. In August 2023, the BIS announced a cross-border payment interoperability and extension task force that includes Ripple. In August 2023, Bank of England completed a proof of concept with Ripple, exploring the synchronized movement of 2 different currencies and 2 different simulated RTGS using the Interledger protocol. And that was just a handful of announcements. There was a whole multitude of announcements beyond that as well. Non-stop growth, non-stop payment rails getting put in place all around the world. And yet people are still worried about the price of XRP. This is going to be massive. And we all know we're moving into the digital age. Digital money, digital transactions, the end of paper. Programmable money is becoming an acceptable medium of exchange and is accelerating. And that is the direction big money is moving. This cannot be ignored. They're all telling us this is what's happening. They've been warning us for years. You know, back in 2018, 2019, you had to have vision to see what was coming. Here we are today, and it's right there in front of you. But along the way, the BIS has warned you, the IMF has warned you, the World Economic Forum has warned you. Even the Fed has been hinting at Ripple all along the way. That's how big this actually is. 2024 FinTech Law and Regulation publication describes that financial institutions are investing in the DLT interbank space, then says that Ripple is one of the more high-profile systems. Also cites Ripple as a real-life example of a DLT technology disruption relates to finance. This is a book where only the most regulated technology of the future is being mentioned in. These are high-level publications that outline the reality of what is to come. And they put it right there in black and white for people to see all the time as well. Yes, interest rate cuts will be positive for the crypto market. This comes from Smoke. As stated in this graphic below, titled 2024 is poised to be a landmark year for virtual assets. Declining interest rates bringing liquidity back to risk-on assets, benefiting crypto, specifically crypto assets. And you see it right here. You know, 2024 is not over. And I keep seeing people still saying, oh, you have time. 2025's the big year. You don't have to get invested until 2025. Yet we all know, because they're telling us that 2024 is going to be huge. Things are still happening every single day. You know, alt season is going to begin. And you want to make sure that you are invested before it even happens. You want to be paying higher prices for XRP and the rest of these utility-driven cryptocurrencies? Then wait until 2025. If you want to buy the bottom, you buy these cryptocurrencies now. And that way you get more gains once alt season begins. Switzerland has a strong affinity for XRP. Buying gold with XRP without paying foreign exchange fees or processing fees is a game changer. Payments via PayPal or by credit or debit card, it equals 5 to 6% in fees. You know, there's going to be so many benefits to pay in crypto as we push into the future. Using crypto, you might save here and save there. But we're not at that point yet, and I don't plan on shopping with my XRP. I plan on getting passive income from my XRP and using that to go and shop with. And I still don't think we're going to be cashing out in US dollars. I still think that treasury dollar is going to be what we want to cash out into, if we cash out at all, or gold or silver. These XRP glitches on almost every exchange in 2020 were crazy. You know, back then, every time there was a glitch, and there was a hell of a lot of them back in 2020, people right away would say, oh, they're testing on the private ledger. That's the actual price of XRP. Even still today, when there's glitches, I see people saying that. But there's not two prices for XRP, because that wouldn't make sense at all. And here's David Schwartz once again to clear up that whole conversation. Take a listen.
But the question is, will the value of XRP be the same in the private ledgers as it is on the public?
Yes. The value proposition of XRP is that it has these liquidity pools. If it doesn't make sense to isolate something, like there's no place where gold is worth twice as much as it is now, because if there was, people would just bring gold there and they would buy gold somewhere else and they would sell it there. Unless the only way that you can have the value be very different in two places is if there's a lot of friction. And if there's friction, someone will make a business of removing that friction. So I don't see any realistic scenario where XRP has significantly different value unless something's wrong. Like a good example of a case, there was a time where the value of XRP, they called it the kimchi premium, right? Where the value of XRP in some Asian countries was very high, but that was because there were capital controls, right? That was because things were bad. I think that's a sign that something is not going well. The value proposition of XRP is that you can take it to all of the places, right? If I sell you some gold and you say, hey, this gold can only be used in jewelry, you're like, well, that kind of sucks. I don't want that gold, right? The value proposition of gold is that you have access to the entire value proposition of gold. And so I don't see any scenario in which where it makes sense to snip pieces off, again, unless something is wrong.
So think about it like this, right? If there was two different prices for XRP on the public ledger and the private ledger, people would just buy XRP on the public ledger all day long and then sell it on the private ledger. You see what I'm saying? There's not two prices on XRP now, and there's not going to be two different prices for XRP later. But I wanted to clear that up because every day that you see a glitch, every time, right away, somebody says that's two different prices. Now, when it comes to the glitches, I always say the same thing. Glitches will lead to riches, but that's just my opinion. Tether, the digital euro's new paper, Mikar's influence on stablecoins, highlights that even China has issued warnings against using USDT as an intermediary for trading the Chinese yuan with other fiat currencies, emphasizing the illegality of such activities. So when China's telling you that Tether is garbage, I think you need to start paying attention. And the reason I wanted to mention this is because I still see people saying, Tether's going to be fine. Wait and see. There's not going to be a time where Tether collapses out. But I think that time is actually coming. Every single country is going to have MiCA-like regulations. You know, that's what we're waiting on as XRP holders for mass adoption to begin. Once regulations come, it will lead to mass adoption. No big financial institution's going to want to get involved with crypto until there's a path forward, until there's regulations be put in place. And I think we're getting very close to that. And I think it's going to be fast-tracked when it happens. Like, in other words, you're just going to wake up one day and all of a sudden you're going to realize that they just passed crypto regulations when nobody was paying attention. Because the United States, they like to do things on a whim. It's like all of a sudden you think that they're not doing nothing, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden you get hit with the regulations. That seems to be a trend in the United States. We see it from time to time. On certain things, though, and right now, crypto is a big problem for the current administration. So I would not doubt we see crypto regulations even ahead of the upcoming election. And I think we will see that quicker than most people think. And once it comes, that'll be the end of Tether in the United States as well. You'll see this happen in every single country because the regulations are not going to be that much different going from one country to another, because you still have to have cross-border payments. And for that to be seamless and quick, regulations have to be the same going from one country to the next country to the next country, is what I'm saying. But a lot of you asked about that. And you know what it is you see people point this out, but then right away you have other naysayers saying, oh, there's no problems at Tether. I would not see a problem with Tether for at least another 10 years, another decade. But the problems are already happening. Look what's going on in the EU. But you know, we're XRP investors. We don't need to worry about this. No matter what happens going forward from here, XRP holders are going to get rich. Because no matter how things play out, it all leads right back to XRP. And that's what I love about this cryptocurrency. You know, people could FUD on it all day long. The naysayers could try to make you think or second guess your investment. But I am hyper focused on XRP because I've done the research on it. I showed the growth around it. We're watching a massive network form right now in real time. And that massive network is the new financial system. So I know no matter where we go from here, it all leads to us getting rich. But until it happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, so we can get rich together. with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.